All right. The Week 9 recap statement Saturday. Let's go ahead and get started. Welcome back to another DNS address. Ladies and gentlemen, Week 9 wasn't normal. It wasn't competitive. It wasn't even unbelievable. We had a team score 105 points, a running back score 6 touchdowns. The first college football playoff ranking has been officially dropped. Bowl eligible teams are starting to become a reality, and the race for the DNS National Championship just got a whole lot clearer. Let's get into it. The headline of the week was Miami. Miami breaks college football. What did we just watch? Miami 105, North Carolina 21. Read that score again, 105 to 21. I honestly don't know if North Carolina wanted the game deleted or the entire save file. Minson had 564 yards passing, 9 passing touchdowns. Fletcher, 150 yards rushing, 5 rushing touchdowns. Tony, only 328 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns. Also was awarded National Offensive Player of the Week. That offense didn't just win, it made a statement that every team left on the schedule. And now the first college football playoff rankings are out. Miami checks in at number 2 in the nation. Coach Noodle, you're officially carrying the biggest target in the dynasty. Georgia Southern responded last week. Georgia Southern lost the undefeated season. This week, they reminded everyone they're still one of the best teams in the nation. App State came to Statesboro and left with a 63-28 loss. Gibbs had 6 touchdowns. That's not a typo. 6 trips to the end zone. Max Johnson threw for 345 yards. Bynum lived in App State's backfield with 3 sacks. Sometimes the best response to adversity is hanging 63 on somebody. Coach Stonewall Bennett, mission accomplished. Troy continues to roll. If Miami has the flashiest offense, Troy may have the most balanced one. The Trojans rolled into James Madison and left with a 37-18 victory. Gavin Griffin, 179 rushing yards. Jordan Lovett, 150 rushing yards. Mojo Dornch, over 100 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns. And Cam Carey absolutely wrecked the game. 3 sacks, 4 tackles for losses. This Troy team seems to be stacking wins, and nobody seems to be talking about it enough. Our stock ups this week: Miami 105 points. Need I say more? Georgia Southern exactly response the championship team makes. One tough loss immediately followed by domination. Troy, week after week, the Trojans keep proving they're a legit playoff threat. Old Dominion, quietly, the Monarchs just keep winning football games. Another victory, another huge performance from Leo. They're becoming one of the most consistent teams in the league. South Florida, don't sleep on the Bulls. 63 points. Michael Van Buren threw for 514 yards and 7 touchdowns. QB battles there. Miami and South Florida. Sounds like Florida's the place to be. DJ Crowther dominated on the ground. If you're playing South Florida, bring your track shoes. The Need More Film of the Week: Georgia Tech. The winning streak is over. Pitt forced 3 interceptions. Tech still scored 43 points and somehow lost by 6. The offense wasn't the problems. Turnovers were. Delete the film, move on. Northern Illinois, Coach Breesy. I don't know how many more ways football can test you. Another loss, another rough offensive day, and UNLV finished with 6.5 sacks. This first win is coming, but it's going to have to be earned, it seems like. Texas State, the Bobcats continue moving the football. The turnovers continue showing up. 3 more interceptions. Against good teams, those mistakes become touchdowns the other way. Mississippi State, Coach Hawk, you're fighting every Saturday, but the schedule has been absolutely brutal. Texas this week, Oklahoma last week. The record doesn't tell the whole story. Stay with it. Our Week 9 awards: Offensive Player of the Week was Malachi Toney, 328 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns. National Offensive Player of the Week. He just keeps adding to one of the greatest receiving seasons we've ever seen. Our Defensive Player of the Week: Cam Carey from Troy, 3 sacks, 4 tackles for loss, completely took over that football game. And of course, our Built Not Given award this week belongs to Georgia Southern. Everybody wanted to see how they'd respond. Instead of feeling sorry for themselves, they answered with 63 points. Championship teams don't stay down long. Our Heisman Watch, this really isn't much of movement this week. Malachi Tony and Mark Fletcher. Tony is still our clear favorite, and another 328-yard performance. He's making the race look unfair. Fletcher still sits third after another monster afternoon, 150 yards rushing, 5 touchdowns. Miami may legitimately produce multiple finalists. Our first week of the College Football Playoff Watch. The first playoff ranking has officially arrived, and our DNS coaches, one team is sitting exactly where they want to be. Miami enters the bracket at number 2. The Hurricanes control their own destiny. And here's the thing. Every game gets bigger now. One slip up challenges and changes everything. Our bowl eligibility watch. We're officially at the point of the season where wins start meaning postseason football. Our bowl eligible coaches: Miami, Georgia Southern, Old Dominion, Troy, South Florida. Congratulations, coaches. You've officially secured extra football. Mission accomplished. Now it's time to chase championships, still fighting to reach 6-win teams are Georgia Tech, Sacramento State, Arkansas State, Central Michigan, and Mississippi State, Texas State, and Northern Illinois, of course. There's still plenty of football left, though. We should be seeing a few more teams reach that mark. Our Week 10 preview. Our game of the week is going to be number 2 Miami at number 22 Notre Dame. Finally, a heavyweight matchup. Can anybody slow down the most explosive offense in the country, or will Miami continue marching towards the college football playoffs? This is appointment viewing. Around the league, Georgia Southern hosts Marshall, looking to stay in the Sun Belt race. Old Dominion heads to Coastal Carolina. Troy welcomes in Louisiana Tech. South Florida travels to East Carolina. Georgia Tech hosts number 25 Louisville in a huge ACC showdown. 2 big ACC games this week, boys. Sacramento State welcomes Toledo after winning 2 straight. Central Michigan returns from its bye against Eastern Michigan. Arkansas State returns from its bye to face UL Monroe. Texas State heads to Oregon State. Northern Illinois travels to San Jose State, searching for that elusive first win. Mississippi State hosts Vanderbilt in a game that could change the trajectory of the season. Commissioner's picks this week. Miami survives in South Bend. Georgia Southern keeps rolling. Old Dominion, another dominant win. Troy stays hot. South Florida keeps scoring. Georgia Tech bounces back. Sacramento makes it 3 wins in a row. Mississippi State finally gets back into the win column. Central Michigan wins against the rivalry. Arkansas State returns from the bye with a victory. Ladies and gentlemen, we're entering November football. This is where championships are won. The playoff picture is forming. The bowl picture is forming. Every possession, every turnover, every recruiting battle matters. Miami's become the hunted. Georgia Southern's proven they're still dangerous. Old Dominion still climbing. Troy keeps winning. South Florida refuses to go away. And somewhere, somebody's championship dreams are about to end. Recruit hard, protect the football, win the turnover battles. And remember, in the Department of Natural Selection, you select, we collect. Built, not given.